So, who are some running backs that the Denver Broncos could look to add in the 2023 NFL Draft? I feel like I've talked about the running back position ad nauseum here on Denver Broncos Syndicate. I strongly believe that the Denver Broncos are going to select a running back with one of their top picks in this year's draft. With the draft now just 4 days away and the Denver Broncos picking in 5 days, it's time to look and examine who would be some really good fits at running back for the Denver Broncos. I'm also going to go through and make some similar videos for some other positions of need for the team as we get closer and closer to the draft. As we all know, Broncos RB1 Javonte Williams is still rehabbing from multiple torn ligaments in his knee that ended his season last year. Although Broncos GM George Paton has said that the team is cautiously optimistic about Williams being ready for week 1, in my opinion, even if he is ready, I don't feel like he's going to be himself right away. I don't think we can stress how serious of an injury this is. He tore multiple ligaments in his knee. This is a very similar injury to the one that Teddy Bridgewater suffered with the Minnesota Vikings a few years ago. We've also seen other running backs struggle to come back to form right away after multiple ligament knee injuries. It took Saquon Barkley 2 seasons to return to form, and before that there was some serious doubt if he could do it. And then last year there was J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards from the Ravens. Both of them really struggled in their first year back from multiple ligament knee injuries. I worry that even if Javonte Williams is ready to go for week 1, he could have a similar trajectory in his recovery. The Broncos signed Samaje Perine as the primary insurance policy for Javonte Williams, and he figures to get quite a bit of playing time next year. They also brought in Tony Jones Jr. from the New Orleans Saints as a free agent, but he's primarily going to be a special teams addition for us. The rest of the running backs on the roster are Tyreek McAllister, Tyler Beatty, Demarie Crockett, who's also coming off of a torn ACL, and fullback Michael Burton. With the exception of Tyler Beatty, all of those guys are really more power runners and they don't provide a whole lot of burst and explosiveness in the run game. I really feel like the Broncos need to find a back who can provide that. So it's not as simple as I feel like the Broncos need to draft a running back. I feel like they need to draft a running back whose game is predicated on speed and explosiveness. Personally, I feel like there are several backs who fit that bill in this year's draft who could be in striking distance for the Denver Broncos. So for the NFL draft, the big board that I primarily use is done by fellow YouTuber Marcus Whitman, also known as That Franchise Guy. I'd highly recommend you go give his channel a sub. This isn't me kissing his ass or anything, I just think he does really good content. So what Marcus does on his big board for his Patreon community is he essentially breaks down each prospect and almost gives them a real-life Madden rating. And he breaks it down for like a speed rating, an impact rating, and so on and so forth. So it really is essentially almost like a real-life Madden rating for these players, and I feel like it's a good way of grading them and putting the grade in a number. The first guy I would at least keep an eye on is someone who I really don't think is going to be available when the Broncos make their first pick, but he is somebody that if the Broncos really like, I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe traded up for him, and that is Tyjae Spears out of Tulane. Spears is 5'10" and 201 pounds and was given a speed rating of 91 by Whitman. In the receiving game, he was given a grade of A and a pass blocking grade of C+, so he could potentially be a third down back for us alongside Samaje Perine. Marcus Whitman's comparison for Spears is that of Aaron Jones, so I feel like that would be a really good fit for us in this offense. The next guy I would keep an eye on, although he does have a smaller stature, he has elite speed and explosiveness, and that is Devin Akane out of Texas A&M. Akane is only 5'8.5" and 188 pounds, but he boasts a speed rating of 95 out of 100. He was given an acceleration grade of A, so I feel like he would bring an immediate burst to this offense that none of our other backs could provide. That said, he does leave a little bit to be desired in the receiving game, receiving only a grade of B- with a pass blocking grade of D, which you would expect with his small frame. Either way though, the man ran a 4.32 40, so he would definitely bring speed and elusiveness to this offense. Akane was given a third-round grade by Marcus Whitman, so I could definitely see the Broncos possibly trading down for him, but I don't feel like they're going to use pick 67 or pick 68 on a guy like Devin Akane. There's also some other guys in those rounds 3 to 4 range who could fill that speed and elusiveness role for the team. And those guys include Israel Abanikanda out of Pitt, Chase Brown out of Illinois, and Sean Tucker out of Syracuse. All three of those guys are similar in stature and also have similar speed ratings. They were also graded a B-, A, and A- in acceleration respectively. So those are some other potential mid-round fits for the Broncos who could fill the speed and explosiveness role for the team. Another guy that I would definitely keep an eye on is Mohamed Ibrahim out of Minnesota. However, he does have a little bit of a question mark surrounding his injuries. He's coming off of a torn Achilles, but when healthy, he could be a sneaky good player for a team like the Denver Broncos. I like our running back room, but I feel like we really need a more complementary back to a guy like Samaje Perine, and I feel like a player such as the guys I listed could fill that role. Alright guys, so each day as we approach the draft, I'm going to go ahead and record another one of these videos addressing the Broncos' top needs and who I feel like the team may be going after with their mid-round picks. The next position group that's up is the cornerback position, so be sure to keep an eye out for tomorrow's video and we will break down the cornerback position and who I feel like the Denver Broncos could target there. Alright Broncos country, out of this list, who do you feel like would be the best running back for the Denver Broncos? And is there a player out there that you really like that I did not mention? Drop those comments down below. I would love to hear from you. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are two free and easy ways that you can help show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out to fellow members of Broncos country just like you and me. And until next time, guys, this has been another episode of Denver Broncos Syndicate. I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.